history, Pete LaMore was born on a canal boat in Whitehall, New York, and worked as a boatman on Lake Champlain and the Champlain Canal during the 1920s. In his retirement years, he liked nothing better than to build canal boat models and share stories of his life and work on the canal. Here, he recalls the decision to leave his family farm and head to Whitehall to look for work on the Champlain Canal.
It was in the early, about the middle 20s. About the middle 20s. And I know I come down out the farm there. I didn't like the farm when the old man moved up there. I stayed there for a while. Then I come down looking for a job down there. You could get a job anywhere, you know. Well, the first job I had on that was they had that 40-ton of soft coal in one of those gonds there. All you gotta do is take that scoop there, he said, and empty that out there over on the dock. Well, I started scooping that out, and I worked there a couple of days. That was all on that one there. And then about that time, this boat come in there one day, the tug come in there one day, and the goddamn fireman quit. So I said, "You want to go firing?" He said, "You shovel coal pretty good." He said, "That's all you got to do." Well, I don't know. I said, "I've never fired before." "You don't worry about that." He said, "The engineer will show you how to fire." Well, I said, "Okay, I'll try it." So I got on. He showed me how to get on, how to shovel the coal in the fire there and rake it over there, and then how to clean it and all that stuff. Got up on deck there. It's kind of cooling off a little bit, and some guy come by and he said, "What are you doing out here, Pete?" I said, "I'm going to try to fire here." "Holy cow," he said, "don't let that guy show you how to fire." He says that he used to be a fireman on the D&H. He said, "You know what that guy done?" I said, "No." He's the only man on the railroad that ever emptied all the coal out of the engine between here and Port Henry. And they had a coal up in Port Henry where they used to go right to Ross's Point. He said they fired him. Oh, holy Moses. So that stopped that guy from bragging.
There was a method to shoveling coal into any boiler, and Pete learned how to do it the right way on the tugboat.
So you'd have to learn how to throw it through the firebox door. Because you have to throw it one side, and then in the middle, then the other side. You switch hands throwing it in. And spray it. You don't throw it in the whole shovel. You hit it and spray it as you go in.
Is it similar on the tug? It's
the same way firing any kind of a boiler. You have to spray it all around.
I see.
And then you rake it once in a while, stir it up, because when it gets hot like that, in big chunks, they melt down like goo, you know, and then you have to hit them with a slash bar there and break them up. Now, boy, you see the fire fly then, and the smoke. Like over on the bridges over here, you know, we get mad someday. All them people up there all dressed up on a Sunday looking down on the boats. And we'll fix them bozos. They used to have exhaust in the stack, you know. And we go down, throw up the fire a little bit, and then the minute that thing would start working, that would start throwing that smoke up there and also that soot. They'd begin to look down and hear their white shirts all specked up in white with black spots. Oh, they moved back from the rail in.
Sure.
But I'll tell you one thing, when you working that firing on a boat, you ain't got to worry about a coal.
No.
You can't catch a coal because you sweat it right out. That's all there is to it.
No.
You might sneeze once in a while, but you're not going to come on with a coal.
As a boatman on the canal, you also had to know how to navigate Lake Champlain. The winds, the water, and the unpredictable weather made it very tricky for the unexperienced.
Because I'll tell you, that lake up there, that is one tough lake. They've had a lot of problems up there, especially with the wind. It can be so nice and change, just like, well, I can remember in early days, a lot of pleasure boats going up to big ones, you know. So they kind of wise them up down there, tell them about, you want to be careful now, you get down on the broad lake down there, you can get caught in an awful storm down there. Oh, we got a nice sound boat here. Well, there was a few of those nice sound boats that ended up on the rocks all smashed up. When you get them big waves coming in there for quite take 20 feet high or something like that, wow, gee, them little pleasure boats, they ain't no good. And with that big heavy wind, and it's always crosswise. Them waves are always coming across all the while. They don't going to seem to go north and south, usually all sideways.
And it'll come up sudden.
Yeah, that's where the wind comes down, you know, hits like that, and boom. Because when we went to Burlington there several times there, going in there to coal up, and we'd have to go in and we'd go through the trough, you know. Boy, that old son of a gun be rolling just like this. Gosh.
Pete also acted as a cook while working on canal boats. He says you couldn't get fussy because there was too much work to do in between. You just wanted good solid food. Pork and beef roasts, pies, simple things. Some of the boats actually hired chefs whose sole job was cooking for the crew, and their food was a treat. Pete's wife, Elizabeth Sanders LaMore, recalled an exchange with one chef coming through the locks in Fort Miller, where she lived before marrying her husband.
Yeah, we had one used to come through the locks in Fort Miller there. And we'd pick, they want dandelion greens in the spring.
Okay.
So we'd get them for them, they'd go north, and they'd come back, and they'd call to us, they'd be tied up waiting to go through.
Yeah.
And they'd had a pie about that big, because we were a big family, we were 13 in our family.
Oh, really?
And they gave us a banana cream pie one day with whipped cream on. It was delicious.
Wow. Was that in exchange for the dandelion greens?
Yeah, for the dandelion greens. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Pete recalls a time working as a cook during the flood of 1926 or 27, when it was hard to get supplies.
We were a little short on provisions, and of course that ice box got kicked all around, and we got more ice down in there. And we run out of meat, and then the more meat, I was scrounging around down there, and I found some pork chops. Oh man, you ought to see the look of them pork chops. Ooh. Well, I put them in the water and I cleaned them all off. I cooked them. And we had an old geezer there, he starved himself all winter, and he tried to kill himself all summer, eating. Well, he said, where did you get those pork chops? They were the best pork chops that I ever eat. So I didn't kill them. But I cleaned them all. Oh, they were green on top. I scratched them and everything for it. But it tenderized. But then I found out that Jews will do the same thing with a chicken.
Oh, really?
They'll hang them right up there, and the feathers almost fall off, and you pick the feathers right off of them. I don't think I'd want to eat one of those chickens.